And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special edition of Tornado Talk, where we're going to focus on men's soccer for the next half hour or so, because we had a major event, some breaking news yesterday as the men's soccer team, with a win over LaGrange, 5-0 over LaGrange, was able to earn its first ever postseason berth to the USA South Conference tournament, and really the first opportunity for the Tornadoes to do exactly that. And the Tornadoes men's soccer team able to take care of business at home and ticket punched to the USA South Conference West Division tournament, a 5-0 win over LaGrange. Adam Spencer leading the way with 2 goals, Sam O'Callaghan and Tristan Wallace, each with a pair of assists. Estevan Berto, who's going to be a guest later on the show, with a goal, and also Francesco Bonometti and Vinny Giannichini able to find the back of the net. But a 5-0 win equals a trip to the postseason for the Tornadoes. And really excited to be joined this afternoon by our coaching staff of the men's soccer team. And by the way, one last little stat there that's pretty impressive. The last 3 games, the Tornadoes outscoring their opponents 11-1. So incredible goal differential these last 3 games. That certainly these two will tell you there's plenty more work to be done, but we wanted to celebrate the postseason appearance for the men's soccer team, and joined now by head coach El Dana and associate head coach Juan Mascaro Jr. Great to have you on the show, Coach Dana, Coach Juan Jr. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, always happy to be here.
Well, Coach El, if we can start with you, and if you can sort of give us the big picture, sort of feeling where we're at right now. Obviously, a big accomplishment to earn that trip to the postseason. But I'm sure the Tornadoes and yourself are focused on what's ahead. But, thinking back to, the season becoming postponed, just everything being so unusual, and the resiliency of this team to really work hard and accomplish this first goal.
Yeah, no, you hit it in the nail. First, praise to their discipline and their commitment to stay safe. I mean, we cannot control everything this time that we're living, but we can minimize risk. And our kids did a really good job, and I gotta praise them, and the school did too. I think we're so far above the minimum requirements from the NCAA and even from the conference, and it's paying off, because we've seen hits in other institutions, unfortunately. But that's just the beginning of it, just how hard they worked this past semester, the commitment that they had to not let it go, because we left them at a pretty good level of fitness after the fall season, college season. And then they had all that break, so they obviously came back in good shape and maintained where they left, and even came at a higher level. So we're pretty ecstatic.
And Coach Juan Jr., you've been around this program for a long time. You were a student athlete here as well. And, there's transition from Division II to Division III, full-time membership now finally with the USA South Conference and Division III. And then the first opportunity able to secure that postseason nod. By the way, I do want to mention, back-to-back postseason trips here in 2019 under the same coaching staff, a trip to the ECAC Division III men's soccer championship, but first chance to go to the USA South Conference championship and able to earn that berth. Can you kind of put it in perspective, Coach Juan Jr., just how far the program's come?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it was long overdue, to be honest. I think our squad always had the quality to make it to postseason, but we were just in this weird transition period where we weren't eligible. So we're ecstatic that, we were able to overcome adversity and just do it as well as we've been doing. And just from an alumni standpoint, it's, I graduated, and then the group of seniors that came after me made it to postseason. And then it had been a while since something like that has happened. So it's huge for the program. And from an alumni standpoint, it's good to see that the program is back back competing for championships and back and going to making those postseason appearances. So really pleased with the effort from the guys and really excited that we were able to go to postseason.
And Coach O, as far as this season goes, would like to kind of reflect on sort of the ebbs and flows that have gotten to this point. A 1-0 win over Piedmont in the conference opener here at Ives Lamel Family Field, then a loss to Covenant 3-1 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But since then, as we mentioned, the Tornadoes have really been hitting their stride with that 11-1 goal differential in these last 3 games. Can you kind of reflect back on, this first part of the season and, sort of how the team has evolved?
Yeah, I can't say that we win, tie, or loss. We had a poor game so far, I'll be honest with you, and that's how we asked for, give ourselves a chance. So we had a shot, even on the game that we lost. I put us up there with anybody in the conference on any given day. Obviously there's teams, soccer is a crazy sport. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. But we feel that if we focus ourselves, warm up right, show up right, and don't make big mistakes in any given game, and of course finish the chances you have, I think we feel that we can compete and beat anybody in this conference and region.
Coach Junior, 3 shutouts this season, and in the other games, no more than 1 goal allowed in any of them. You work closely with the goalkeepers, but from both the goalkeeper and also a defensive perspective, can you comment on how the team's playing there?
Yeah, no, I think defensively we've been brilliant. I think we have a really strong back four. So our goalkeeper isn't necessarily facing as many shots because he's better protected. So we have a really consistent and very strong back four. So that's always reassuring. But then if anything were to happen, we have two really good goalkeepers that they've been battling. They've been fighting for the spot. So we have kind of that insurance in the back. But yeah, it's a tough group to beat. Collectively as a back five, if you will, they're a tough group to beat, and it's been really reassuring and a pleasure to watch them grow and develop and play and win as many games and do as well as they've done. Especially the goalkeepers keeping us as many clean sheets. That's kind of the goal for them, as a unit. I think our goal is 5 clean sheets for the season, and so I think we're well on our way to accomplish that. But yeah, no, it's been great, working closely with the goalkeepers and interacting with them every day. It's been really encouraging to see, when one plays, the other guy is supporting him, and then when Pedro plays, Jack is supporting him. So we have a really good group, and as a collective unit, they're very hard. They're going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah, Jack Cruz and Pedro Campos, we got to see them both in action yesterday versus LaGrange, and both of them doing a stellar job along with that defensive back line. Coach, we'll let you comment on the offensive side of the ball. Start to find the back of the net with higher and higher frequency as we've moved on in the season.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to our athletic director. Just posted a note there. Appreciate Miranda. Yeah, that's a difference from last year. We created a lot, but we missed a lot of opportunities to score, and it makes it so much harder to win games. You want to keep the clean sheets every time, but it's difficult. You play against some very good athletes, very good forwards and mids, and so having a buffer, having games that you average multiple goals make your life so much easier. This is a funny game. It's a funny game. You can do everything right. I don't think there's any other sport that you can statistically win every category and lose a game. So the one category that matters the most, I think, is putting the ball in the back of the net, and we have been doing that more so. I'm happy, not so much that we're scoring a lot, but a lot of people are scoring a lot. And that's to me very encouraging, because it's not like people can come in and key on one or two players only.
Up next is a home matchup versus Greensboro at Islamel Family Field. We'll be broadcasting you that one live on the YouTube channel. And then at Huntington for the regular season conference finale, that's on the 27th. Coach Mascaro Jr., could you tell us a little bit about the week ahead in terms of preparation for Greensboro and beyond?
Yeah, I think it's just about kind of keeping the boys sharp and keeping them hungry. We have a big gap in between our last game against LaGrange and then our next conference game against Huntington. So facing a team like Greensboro, I think is a really good test to keep the guys sharp and keep the guys, hungry. Because Greensboro, they're a good side, they're a strong side on the east side of the conference, and it was one of those games last year that it could have gone either way, and we just made a mistake and unfortunately the result went their way. So I think it'll be a good test for the guys, and if we're able to win and get the result there, it'll definitely be a morale booster for the boys. So it's going to be a good test. It's all about maybe a little bit of recovery earlier on in the week, and then just really making sure that they're sharp and they're ready to face Greensboro in preparation for Huntington.
Coach L, any further comment on sort of how the schedule lays out? Obviously, an unusual year as far as a condensed schedule, but these two games and then the USA South Conference men's soccer divisional tournament begins on Saturday the 3rd, potential championship game on Saturday the 10th, and then 3 non-conference games to round out the year, to make sure the student athletes get the most out of these opportunities. Can you kind of tell us about the philosophy of, from the conference perspective, but also here at Brevard College, the schedule for the spring?
Yeah, it was a little disjointed, right? Because we didn't really have a couple of scrimmages to get into the flow. So the conference dictated the schedule that we had to play immediately right off the bat. Conference games, and it happened to be so that we played the toughest opponents. Not saying that now it's easy, but we had to play immediately Piedmont and Covenant early, and Maryville. So it wasn't the easiest of the schedules for sure. And then once we flipped the page and we got on the other side of the tournament, Miranda is allowing us to continue playing, which we're very thankful, because then the mode is going to be thinking towards the fall, right? So the nicest and the best preseason ever in the history of college athletics. So we're still going to celebrate our seniors. We're still going to let them enjoy themselves. They paid their dues. They deserve to play, but we're going to be at that point keen on just preparing for the fall. But the focus right now is to win the first championship, and so one day at a time, and we're trying to keep our feet on the ground, and Greensboro is going to be all we can handle, without a doubt. It will be a tough game. And then we look past it and see where we find ourselves on the seedings. Possibly we could be hosting.
Makes a lot of sense, Coach. We saw messages from Miranda Nash, also Stephanie Johnson of the administrative team here in the athletic department. And, also worth mentioning, and we're going to talk to them a little later in the afternoon, the women's soccer team punched their ticket, to USA South Conference postseason play. So a lot of energy there, both men's and women's soccer earning those trips. Women's basketball did the same early on. The first football game on campus happened this past weekend. Baseball's playing lights out. It seems like everyone in NATO Nation is clicking at the moment. Coach L, can you kind of talk holistically? You've been around college athletics a long time, and how Brevard might be unique in a way where, the teams look out for each other and it's one big family environment here.
Yeah, you see good things no matter what. You see how dedicated every sport is and every student athlete is. But until you start winning, you don't get that excitement, that momentum, and everybody is winning. Of course, we're going to take a hit here and there, but and there's rebuilding years, and there's you find yourself in a young season or a team that is young on any given season. But boy, I tell you, as a whole department, we're pretty impressive or pretty impressed. And I feel when they really, really allow us to have a proper full season on our sports, Brevard is going to be up there in the conference.
And Coach Junior, anything to add to that? Again, as an alum who's been around a long time, pretty special time we're in the middle of right here.
Yeah, no, it's great to see every program doing well and competing in their respective season. A kind of dream scenario, to be fair. So it's good to see that everybody's program has developed, and we were able to get through that transition period. And now the wins actually mean something per se. So it's good that everybody's doing well. And as an alum, yeah, definitely enjoying it, and especially coaching the men's soccer program. It's been great to be part of the program success for sure.
Before we transition to our student athletes, Coach Junior, you're also the head coach of the reserves team. Can you catch us up on what's going on that side of things?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've been training, and obviously they've been dealing with a little bit of adversity as well. An even shorter season. So they're going to have about 4 games. We've played the first one against Belmont Abbey, which ended 2-1 to Belmont Abbey, but it was a really close game against a Division II opponent. They're a great group to work with, really hardworking, and they're very resilient because they've had schedule changes and rain delays and big gaps in between games. So, they're taking it one day at a time. They come to training prepared and ready to go. So, yeah, really a pleasure to work with them. And, we're ready to travel to Gardner Webb this week. Hopefully the weather holds out. And they'll be they're excited to play again because it has been about 2 or 3 weeks since they've played a game after that Belmont Abbey match. So it'll be refreshing to get them out there in a game-like environment for sure.
Very good. Well, Coach Aldana and Coach Juan Mascaro Jr., the coaching staff for the men's soccer program that clinched the first ever berth to the USA South Conference Championship, and plenty of work to do, as we've been mentioning, but certainly we wanted to take a moment and celebrate this history book moment for Brevard College men's soccer. 5-1 overall at this point of the season, 4-1 in conference play, 4-0 at home, undefeated at home, and really been on fire lately, outscoring their opponents 11-1. So at this point, we're going to bring in our student athlete guests, and stick with us, coaches, here, and as we say hello to these two, Francesco Bonometti and Estevan Berto. Thanks for joining the show, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for the opportunity for talking with you guys.
Very good. Well, Coach L, can you tell our audience a little more about these two student athletes?
Sure. I mean, one thing that we are this year is very young. We have a lot of underclassmen, and there's 2 freshmen, at least when it comes to one is a sophomore in terms of athletics, but when it comes to the eligibility, but these are very, very mature young players that we have in the team. So Stefan is technically a freshman, but not a typical freshman, very mature, a good leader, and a very calming influence on the field. Francesco actually has used 1 year of eligibility, so he's a sophomore, but 2 underclassmen, Francesco from Italy, Stefan from Brazil, 2 guys that bring completely different cultures, contribute a lot to the team, great personalities, and 2 of our favorite players.
Very good. Coach Junior, can you add on what Coach L had to say about these 2?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're really great guys. They're really hard workers. I mean, they leave it all on the field and in the classroom. And no, they're a pleasure to work with for sure.
Very good. Well, Coach Aldana, Coach Juan Mascaro Jr., we will let the 2 of you go. Congratulations again on securing that postseason berth. We'll see you at Ives Lamel Family Field this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All righty.
All right, and there they go. So joined now by Estevan Berto and Francesco Bonometti. Really excited to talk with these 2 in Tornado Talk debut for these 2 student athletes. And, first up, as the messages are starting to flow in, as you guys see here, you guys both found the back of the net in this past game. So let's recap these goals first off. And Estevan, we'll start with you. You started the scoring in this one. Can you kind of give NATO Nation a play-by-play of what happened in the goal that you scored yesterday?
Oh yes, my first goal here at Tornadoes. I'm very happy about this. So the goal that Sam crossed the ball and the the keeper take the rebound and the ball comes for me and I just have a work for touch the ball for the goal. So not too hard for make this goal. So but I'm very happy for I did the first goal with the Tornadoes.
Yeah, congratulations on scoring that first one. Hopefully, many more to come. And
Yeah, I hope
Francesco,
to.
yeah, no doubt. As the messages continue to come in here, this one from Molly Penland. This has been such a fun team to watch. Estevan is a joy to work with in the Success Mentor Program, and I can echo that. Francesco works with myself on the Success Mentor Program, so great to have him here
Yeah.
as well. And Francesco, so Estevan scored to make this goal, the score 1-0. Adam Spencer then scored to make the game 2-0. And then in the 40th minute, Francesco Bonometti, off another assist from O'Callaghan, makes the score 3-0. Can you tell us about that goal?
Yeah, I'm really happy to score, and thanks to Sam for the assist. And he just crossed the ball, and I just shoot as a high ball, and that's it. I'm really happy of this team and everything.
Yeah, the fifth goal of the season, Bonometti making a statement this season, finding the back of the net. And then in the second half, Vinny Giannichini with a goal off a assist from Spencer and Wallace, and then Adam Spencer with his second goal. That one, was really the icing on the cake. That came all the way in the 90th minute. Can you guys talk about the rest of the game, sort of how it unfolded? You had to play with a man down for much of it, and you wanted to stay focused and make sure you were able to win this one. Estevan, can you tell us what it felt like on the field for the rest of the game?
Yeah, yeah. After we lose one player, we needed be more shape, like everybody play together in the middle. So this is a little bit more harder for play because the another team comes so hard or attack us, and we need to be shape for defender, be a good defenders. So it's a more difficult for play one guy less. So, but we support with the guys very good. So and we can do everything.
And Francesco, the defense and goalkeeping has been very strong. Several shutouts so far this season, and another blank sheet yesterday. Can you comment on how well the defense is playing?
I mean, our defense for me, are playing really well, and but also like because like we are playing like as a team, and we are all together, and I like these things, and but they're playing really good.
The messages continue to roll in here. This one from Jose Fish Sanchez. Let's go, boys. Come on, Tornadoes. International sauce. And let's build on that a little bit because, the Tornado roster is very international. Many countries, different continents represented. And the two of you come from places far away from Brevard College. Estevan from Brazil and Francesco from Italy. How does it feel to play on a team that has such an international flavor? Estevan?
Yes, for me it's very interesting. So a lot of kinds of culture, and we can learn each other, like about foods, language. We joke in the in the locker room, so about the languages. So it's a very very interesting and very fun.
Francesco?
Yeah, same. It's really funny interact with people from different country, and yeah, it's also interesting like playing with people from different country and learn about their culture.
Very good. And here comes some more messages. And can one of you translate that one for us?
Yeah, this is a magic genius. So JP's joke with me in the field. So the guy say Gino for me because uh, in Portuguese is gordinho. So in the magic, I don't know why. He's
Very
so
good.
funny.
Well, hey, most people tune into Tornado Talk, to get some sports talk and to learn more about the teams. We're also giving them some foreign language lessons here, so good to be instructional there as well. So, would like NATO Nation to learn a little more about each of you. And Esteban, we mentioned, you're from Sao Paulo, Brazil. But tell us about your journey as a soccer player. When did you start playing? And then how did you eventually get here to Brevard College?
Okay. So I play soccer since I was 5 years old, and I'm very young. So um, I am 26 now. I am so experienced guy with another guys like 18 years, 19 years is a little bit different. But I come here because the coach Al gave me a good opportunity and show me a good opportunity for not just play for just degree as well. So make my major is exercise science. So I'm very excited for degree here and continue my career here with you guys if I have the opportunity. So and I lived 1 year in Miami, and after this, I lived 1 year in Atlanta, and now I'm here, and I'm enjoying everything here. I love the city. I love the people. The people here are so friendly, and that's it.
Very good. Well, we're excited that you found your way here, Esteban, and a lot of great things I think are in the future for yourself and this Tornado men's soccer team. Francesco, same question for you. From Italy, just like Brazil, soccer is everywhere in Italy. Tell
Yeah,
us about your upbringing and how you found Brevard College.
yeah. Same as Estevan, I started playing soccer since I was 5 years old, and I really love play soccer. And I started playing soccer here in USA last year when I was in New Jersey. And thanks to Coach L, I get the opportunity to come here, and he gave me a good offer, and I'm really happy to play here and with such a nice guys and teammates and everything. Also, the people in the college are really friendly, like Estevan said. And I'm really happy to be here and to be part of Tornadoes.
Very good. Well, we're excited to have you. No doubt about it. Well, back to the soccer field. You clinched the USA South Conference postseason bid with yesterday's win over LaGrange, but there's still a lot of season ahead. A game versus Greensboro this weekend, another game the following weekend at Huntington, and then the start of the tournament. Can each of you comment on the focus of the team and how driven this team is to continue winning? Esteban?
Yeah, we are so focused in the in the season. We have like three three I think it's three seniors and team. So the guys is very excited for be champion this season, and we are together, and we we are so focused day by day, work hard, and that's it.
Francesco?
Yeah, like Estevan said, we are focused both off in and off the field, and we have to keep doing the same things that we are doing, and we have to keep fighting every game as a final and do what we know best.
Very good. Well, this weekend, the Tornadoes will host Greensboro at 1 p.m. at Islamel Family Field. We'll be bringing you all the action on the the YouTube channel. Then a trip to Huntington on the 27th, and then the Tornadoes have secured a bid. They will be playing on Saturday, April the 3rd in the USA South Conference Men's Soccer Divisional Tournament. And Wendell Lima has a Portuguese question for Estevan. Can you help us with that?
I don't know the translation. This.
Okay, we're gonna
I
let
have
this one
no
pass.
idea.
Well, you guys can figure this one out.
So I'm gonna
The
answer a question, Wendell's question. So I'm gonna answer in English. Yes, I am Wendell.
Okay. Very good, very good. Well, before I let you go, especially newcomers to Tornado Talk, I want to give you the opportunity to give a thank you, a shout out. Anyone who has maybe helped you along the way, anyone who may be watching the show, either live or on replay, I want to give you each the opportunity to say thank you or to give a shout out to any of your friends or family. And you can do this in both English and also your native language. So this is a international broadcast. People can tune in from all over the world. So I'll let you each, address it however you like. Estevan, thank yous or shout outs?
Thank you. I'm gonna say English and after in Portuguese. So thank you, everyone. So thank you, coach, for the opportunity. Thank you, guys, for the opportunity for talk with you. I'm very thankful with my wife for the all support me here and the staff and everything. So thank you. E obrigado, pessoal do Brasil que está assistindo, meus amigos que estão no Brasil assistindo, muito obrigado. A minha esposa também está assistindo aí de casa, e valeu, te amo.
Very good. Francesco, same opportunity for you.
I want to say thanks first for you, Phil, that you always support us. I want to say thank you for the coach, for the teammates, for everyone here. And I want to say thanks also for my parents that they're probably watching the live. And ciao mamma, tanto lo so che mi stai guardando. And that's it.
Very good. Well, Estevan, Berto, and Francesco Bonometti, two members of the Brevard College men's soccer team that helped earn that berth to postseason play with that big 5-0 win on Sunday over LaGrange. Each of these two student athletes found the back of the net in that one. That was sweet to see these two score and for the Tornadoes to come away with the victory and earn that trip to the postseason. But plenty of more work to be done beginning this weekend versus Greensboro, 1 p.m. at Eyes Lamel Family Field. Well, Estevan, Francesco, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
And thank you, NATO Nation, for joining the show as well. We'll actually see you in just a few minutes at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do a women's soccer special edition of Tornadoes Talk. They also earned a trip to the postseason, so we'll celebrate that trip to the postseason with the women's soccer team at 5 o'clock this evening. And then the regular version of Tornado Talk begins at 7 p.m. this evening. Hope you can join us for that as well. Thanks again for tuning into the show. Go Tornadoes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.